Okay. We should now be live. Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another Arknights live stream. Of course, today's live stream, there's going to be a few things we're going to be doing on. The main focusing stuff is pretty much the Icebreaker games, trying to get the last few of the enemy entries, unless I'm mistaken. And well, I guess talking about some theories, mostly revolving around EG-6, as I think it was a very intentional thing they did in that. That's like kinda, they've been foreshadowing certain specific stuff for like over 5+ years now, if that's the case. That's why I'm talking about this theory. Okay, so first of all, let's kind of go over enemies real quickly. So, if you haven't been playing since the start of the game, there's going to be some enemies that you're probably not ever going to see again, because they decided to do it that way. First of all, I know there's a Sarcaster Elite enemy that probably about 99.9% of people don't have. I can guarantee you that. Just because it was first event, or was it the second event? I think it was the second event, and then they just kind of like, nah, we won't have that enemy out again. You know, some people are saying it was in, like, operator records, but I have yet to really see that for myself, so I can't really verify or vouch. But granted, I haven't really touched operator records, so there's that. But as you can see here, for the most part, I generally have most things unlocked, aside of when we get to co-op. Yeah! Hoo-ha! Now, okay, so I'm assuming that we are missing at least one of the side enemies in one of the main events. So, of course, I'm going to go back to this one. This one was from the very first co-op, which is like the different variation of this, I believe, and I just didn't really give a fuck about trying to go for it, because I think it was actually a harder version, actually. Anyway, so we're going to be trying to grow for, like, a weaker version of the must-be supplier. And then the last two is based off of the co-op, where I actually have to host it, I believe. I can't just randomly co-op it, which is probably the issue with the defense and the ball game ones. I feel like that's kind of stupid that is not co-opable. Or random co-opable, I should say. So if I need to, I will probably play by myself. That's probably how I'm gonna go about it, honestly. We'll see though, because Arknights can be extremely fucking finicky. So it's gonna be extremely finicky, essentially. That, if I can get it working. But if I get it working, last case scenario, I will do by myself to get these last of the balls, because yeah, that's just how things go. It's just a random RNG. The rest is pretty much just raw, and I haven't really been touching raw, so I can fuck itself for a bit longer. It's just how it is. Also, I got another Phonos, by the way. I might as well kind of do that real quickly before we get things going. So this will be the third one obtained, or fourth one obtained, I guess, because we already have Photos, and then, yeah, 3 others. So 2 more. And, yeah. I'm not going to really touch Lone Trail. I pretty much have done most of it off-stream anyway. And I literally have, I don't remember, aside from certain stages, I have the majority of the others done with no 6 stars on video on YouTube, so it's like, watch those. I think Lone Trail is actually kind of straightforward in a lot of cases. Pretty much arts, using balls, and shift. That's literally Lone Trail in a nutshell. Okay, with that out of the way, we're going to be doing Icebreaker games, obviously. Now, while we do this, I did mention in both the description and on the thumbnail, I will be talking about EG-6. So I might as well kind of briefly showcase a little bit before I get into the Icebreaker games. You might be wondering, what the fuck are you talking about, mate? So, at the very tail end of the stage, oh, it's EG, not EB, my bad. Can I edit it? Oopsie, can I edit it? Edit it, can I edit it? That's no. There we go. Let me quickly... I'm gonna edit this. It's EG-6. EG-6. There you go. So, there's a lot to talk about that, because, trust me, there's a lot of shenanigans they went with that, it's gonna probably blow your mind on my theory, because it's gonna be a little bit of spoiler talk, so I mean, obviously, you know, it's kind of noteworthy that if you haven't read to the story somehow at this point, but I have my own theories on that I don't know if anyone's recognized. I'll probably make a video specifically, or maybe have the video somehow in some way, like basically the stream, just talking about it. But since we're gonna get into the Icebreaker games here, why am I making a big deal of EG-6? Well, normally the EGs are generally like secret lore that, let's be brutally honest, changes a lot of things to the point where retcons are kind of shady in their own right, and it's really hard to say if they really retconned or not. I'm mostly talking about some of the past EGs with episode 8, with certain characters being alive or dead, and at this point, I feel like Hyperglyph doesn't understand or know what to do anymore with those EGs in episode 8, by the way. Because there's a lot of things that get thrown out of the bus, and that's why I always said that episode 8, no one dies. Which a lot of people disagree with that, or say that a certain character dies, and then there's the retcon from good old Hyperglyph, even though they released EG, I think it's 3, or is it 2, I can't remember now, that completely, go against everything they've done so far in the main public. So it's like, what's the deal here? Is EGs important or not, Hyperglyph? If EGs are important, why did you retcon? There's a lot of context missing, I feel like, that we could talk about EGs from episode 8. But if we take into consideration the importance of EG-6 and that means they have kinda or kinda not retconned, so it's muddy the water at this point of the importance of EG because of Arknights Infield. Thanks, Hyperglyph! But, aside from roasting Hyperglyph and their retcons, or possible retcons, because it seems like they're trying to do stuff and then retcons on retcons. We can go on and on about the issues of Arknights Infield and how much they fumbled the lore and story of Arknights Infield all day and night. And I can go on and on about the specific situations of why, and how much it kind of ruins the whole entire story of both Arknights and Arknights Infield. As you can see, I'm not really a big fan of what they've been doing with Arknights Infield. Let's talk about EP-6 and just ignore Arknights Infield doesn't exist. Because they probably just retcon what they did for EP-6. Like they did with the others in episode 8. So, you know, that is the amazing thing, Hyperglyph, that they do. Like, I'm gonna be critical with Hyperglyph when it comes, and that's like the biggest critique, is that they can't seem to do certain things, and then they retcon certain things, and they feel like, oh, we need to change that, but then they kind of fuck everything else because they do that. So I have to roast them when it needs to happen. Anyway, EP-6. Let me find a match, and I'll kind of explain. I'll just do beginner because I need to do specifically. Also, I'm done with rewards, by the way. I need to do specifically specific enemies show up. So we're gonna do beginner random. So what's with EP-6 the importance? Well, EP-6 does a lot of things specific that make certain things canon, and it provides a lot of context to certain situations. For example, some of the IS-4 endings are now canon thanks to EP-6, which is gonna pretty much trigger a lot of people with me saying that, but pretty much all the endings are canon in IS-4. Thanks to EP-6. I'm trying not to, like, troll anyone when I say that, or lie, but that's the importance of EP-6 and the importance of EPs in general, especially the way they went about it for EG-6. And that's why the whole retcon thing muddies the water so fucking much. And that's why it's like, can we now really believe EP-6? So what's the point of having it to begin with? But there is a point. I could go on and on about that. Anyway, so aside from that and some of the other important things and contextual stuff, the most banger of a reveal is not the very last scene, before that scene, before she fades to nothingness. Spoiler alert, I guess I've already said that, but your fault for not listening. So this is pretty much, my brain's being stupid right now with names. Versa, pretty much going to random ass people looking to the future, and to like the present slash future. She's going to like different sarcas that go into very specific things, and then stuff around that. Like she goes to Perceiver, which is funny that they rerun Lone Trail afterwards, which kind of gives context if you missed the event. But the most important thing is the very last scene for the very last person she saw. This is so important that I feel like a lot of people missed out on it, and I haven't seen anything from CN side, so it's very obvious that a lot of people from the CN side hasn't realized this at all either. So what's so important? It's important because of who she saw and when. Obviously, it's in the future. So it's very obvious, like, for someone who sees specific details really closely, who she saw. I'm gonna just take out Durnar here. I've been taking out Durnar, and then I've just been doing Spectre. Yeah, that works. So okay, I know I'm kind of going over the place here, focusing on the game. But who the fuck did she see? It's Amiya. That alone should make you like, what? It's very important. This is something that's like a very important detail of EG-6. And it's something that a lot of people missed on. But it's something that has never actually shown itself. Or at least you would think that. But we've seen it since the very launch of the game. So I'm gonna focus on this here. Okay.
I have a visual. 想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますね。問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。Cowards break the islands first. 私のことはどうすりゃいいんだ?
Okay, so I'm gonna focus on this. This shouldn't be too difficult. Okay.
Beginning collection of battlefield information.
Okay. I know I'm focusing on this, and I'm not really speaking too much.
Get out of my home! On your command. Yes. Let me know the results. Let's begin. Shut up.
There you go. Okay, shit. I'm focusing on this so much that I'm just...
Beginning collection of
I have plenty of DP. So I'm not too worried.
On standby. Vernon. Full thunder roar! Yielding is not an option. I come from the depths of the flame and forgive all men. 想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。Solidify. Yielding.
Okay. I know I'm focusing on this, but I think it's important that I do. And I'll kind of finish what I was talking about earlier.
Very well.
We should be fine here. So I'm gonna talk about essentially the what I'm trying to get at.
Art thou mine worthy enemy?
So
Art thou not just?
Solidify.
so what was the point of what I was talking about? So
Let's begin.
the main point
Solidify.
Good shit. So the main point, fuck, is the timing of it. Now, you might think the way that she described, how the heck did he get to Amiya, and when? You may think that, there's no point. And like, I got, what even, are you crazy? No. Because there is one PV that we have saw that perfectly describes what she saw. And it's a PV that was released before the game came out. Piqued your interest, didn't it? Yes. Yes, I'm talking about the very first PV. I believe is the very first PV. It's when Amiya is in her hood, going through a desert, and then the music, then in the climax of the music happens, a big pillar shoots out from behind her, and she's like, you know, I might as well show it. I might as well show it. The issue is going to be copyright, so we're not going to show things like that. Where's this gonna show up? I'm going to, just to be on the safe side, do that. I might be incorrect of the timing of the video, so I'll double, triple, quadruple check. Don't care about the bell. We're gonna go to the very beginning. So I'm gonna actually start showing this now. That's not the right run. So we're just gonna go through all of these. It's gonna take a minute. So I believe it's the very first TV trailer. Now, it should be on YouTube still, but it's going to be copyrighted, so we're going to mute it. I believe it's the very first trailer. Yeah, right here. This is what I'm talking. This literal picture right here is what Thursis saw. Let me, if I can pause it and mute it. So this, not in this point. This is just like the beginning of the concept trailer. Let me see if it. So this is what Thursis saw at the very end of EG-6. Where Amiya is in the desert, she has her hood on, and the music plays, she lifts her hood. It's possible that she does that when she sees or kind of notices Thursa around before she disappears. But the most important point is, eventually you'll kind of get here, after intense scenes happen in the background. I think it's at the very tail end after the credits and like that. Let me see if it shows. Does it? I don't remember when it happens. When does it happen? I remember there being a scene. I think it's in a different PV, actually. It might be trailer 2. Yeah, I think it's actually trailer 2, because I think this is like a general overview. But I think the other one of the first trailers, has her doing a lot of stuff at the beginning. It might be trailer 2, actually. Let me see here. Am I correct? Am I incorrect? Let me see here. Yes. No. Unfortunately, yes. Right here. This is the most important part. Right here. I think, because she has that. So it's not a pillar, but the entire whatever she's pushing up is going up. I thought it originally was a pillar, so I might be incorrect on that. My bad. But if we assume that this is the exact same timing as when we first see her in the desert, maybe not. I actually look at it because maybe not. I do believe to an extent this is what she saw, so I might be incorrect with this, but there's a lot of interesting details I want to mention at least. Now, I don't think this is going to be accurate. I think it's interesting that she's wearing an eye patch, so we're going to ignore that. I think that's not directly tied to what I was seeing. But I truly believe this is what, at the very end, she saw. Amiya, older, in the deserts. But I originally thought, because, you know, this is why I'm going over this again. Well, this may be the case. I thought I remember originally seeing something interesting with Amiya, but I might be incorrect. I'm gonna have to look. I wish they did a better view. I think there might be a different PV trailer that does a better job, because I think they actually go into detail of Amiya. Because I remember seeing one of them where Amiya has a robot arm. I know, that's insane to say about, but I remember there being one. I would have to look into, I think I need to look into PVO1, actually. I say that, but I think I need to go into PVO1 and see. But at this point, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that, just to guarantee, because I don't think that other was her, or was what Thursa saw. I believe it's this Amiya is what she saw. But I think there's something else to this Amiya from another PV. No, I don't think the eye patch is really anything to note, unfortunately. I thought originally it was the arm thing. I don't remember there being... I completely forgotten that version of the trailer, but that's not something I'm gonna worry about, and that's... I'm not gonna worry about it. Logistics versus... Let me see if it's an official trailer, is what I saw. Let me see. Let me see. Is it the official trailer? No, I think this is just, like, more of the casual stuff. No. Rhodes Island, maybe? Is it this one? Or is this, just Thursa talking in the background, or Kelsey? Yeah, I think this is just, like, a general, like, overview stuff. Okay, never mind. I do remember, it might be PVO1 that I'm referencing. Let me see if it's this. No, that's in, not necessarily. It's not gonna be the animation trailer. Is there PVO1? I remember there being a PVO1. Unless that is PVO1, the official concept trailer is PVO1, but that doesn't make any sense. I remember watching this, live streaming it. I do not see PVO1. Let me see. I'm gonna have to make sure. So I remember there being, is it just concept trailer? It might just be concept trailer. I wonder, okay, I think that's just more evidence that there's something important to that. I don't know where they got that image from. Is it PVO 3? Concept trailer 3? I think it might be concept trailer 3. Because this was like several years ago. Yeah, it's PVO 3, I think. No? Yeah? No, this wasn't 3 years ago? Was this really 3 years ago? It doesn't really feel like it was 3 years ago, but fuck, it might actually be 3 years ago. Holy shit. Because I thought this was like, I know this was the beginning of the arc, but was it really fucking 3 years ago? Because this was like the intro to something with Amiya. And then we have like Eartha, Dublin, and Cosdale. Okay, never mind. And then, okay. It's interesting kind of looking back at these and seeing, like, original images. Like, you see, Amiya being rescued by the doctor, but, like, it's brief like that. But we actually see that fully in Babel, but, like, 3 fucking years later. But anyway. So I just want to mention it because I truly believe this is what she saw. I originally thought there was something else to it I might have missed. Like, I remember at one point, I thought I saw Amiya with a robot arm. But I might be incorrect on that. But this is something I do believe is the case. That this is what Thursa saw. The significance to it, who the fuck knows? But I do believe that they are referencing all the way back to this first concept trailer. from EG-6. I thought there were. I remember seeing a trailer that this was like a similar to this scenario, but there was a lot more. Like you could see Amiya more, and I remember there being the fact like she was like she had a robot arm. I think it was like her left arm, but I could be completely incorrect. But it's been like forever, and I remember seeing at some point. But that's why I want to mention EG-6, not EP-6, by the way. Is that I think this is a reference to this exact point. Why? Who knows? I don't know. But I personally think there is something to take into consideration. Anyway. Let's do that. Okay. So we're gonna continue on with finding specific enemies. I'll probably make a video specifically talking about it. An experienced partner. Only one way is kind of funny that we're getting it again. One way is like the most common map. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that. Like the other partner has to an extent pick up the slack. But we have to get lucky with the enemy variety, unfortunately.
それじゃあ出発しようか。みんな、僕のルートに沿って行動してね。
You are the one who woke me.
相手のターゲットは誰かな。
Wow, looks awfully dangerous. You call me out for this?
誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get DP.
ご安心くださいまし。この我が三つ駅、何時に死をもたらす。On your command.
問題ないよ。
幻覚が見えるはずだ。Poor little guy. It's your unlucky. Stop flailing about and do as I tell you. ゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますね。In position. 警戒は怠らない。Motive voice. Hai un problema da risolvere? This staff is bound to my thoughts.
Good shit.
我が三つ何時に死をもたらす。Poison. All these lost souls on the battlefield. I offer them to you. Target. Lock in.
The wind blows through. The leaves tell stories of those who sleep.
今もっとやれ。幻覚が見えるはずだ。
Okay, good shit.
I will stand guard here.
Wow, looks awfully dangerous. You call me out for this? You are the one who woke me. Questo ti farà tacere. Please, grant joy unto me. Humbly awaiting your command. Solid positioning. This staff is bound to my thoughts.
If you're still hesitating, the wind blows through. The leaves tell stories
Okay.
of those who sleep.
相手のターゲットは誰かな。
Qui non è successo niente.
信号は安定。誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだよ。
Roar. A word I've not heard in a long
Why didn't he... Okay.
On standby.
There you go.
Thunder roar. Here's hoping new life.
And there we go.
Questo ti farà tacere. Do you like my nails? Guess what I used to paint them.
Okay. We're gonna keep going till we get like the mid-enemy difference, and then we'll do the side. Which we'll see if I still have the account. The Facebook account. Okay. Nice. Ah! Why? What? You're like one of the best healers, damn it. Shit. Okay, that's fine. We can use, Honeyberry. Actually, someone using Kirkus, if that's sort of rare. I mean, I don't know how much people consider how good Kirkus is. So that's like kind of up in the air. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't really think Kirkus is good, but yes, she's actually really good. Spoiler alert.
All these lost souls on the battlefield. I offer them to you. Minna,
I will stand guard here.
solid positioning.
これで分かったでしょ。
With all of you behind me. 呼吸を整え。
飛ぶでもがいてる。
I come from the depths of the ocean. Be advised. Target eliminated. どんな苦境でもみんなと一緒に立ち向かうから。
Okay.
Orders received.
That works, I guess.
Arbor, reach your hands to me.
Come. お前にかける情けはない。
問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
You wanna topple me? By what?
Good shit.
I'll impart on you all the cries I've heard.
That's an interesting quirk, how he's like slightly further into the light than the other character.
信号これで分かったでしょ
You'll have to try harder than that. ご安心くださいまし。この我が蜜液は何時に死をもたらさん。どうすりゃいいんだ。I shall lead the assault. この毒ゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますね。
Who is it? Okay, it's the boring one.
The tempest must wipe out all that blocks the way. お前はもう戻れないんだよ。治療法を見つけた。
Okay.
Beginning
主の名を掲げこの旗のもと
I don't know who the boss is gonna be,
こんなセリフを
so that's gonna make a difference.
on standby. クズだ。
問題ないよ誰が戦場で旗を武器にするんだ
Bro,
よ
okay.
Operation commencing.
There's no healer. Okay. There we go.
Heading into the thick of it.
There we go. I say that, then I forgot, like, oh, Kyrkus.
Now, close your eyes. クズだ。Get behind me.
He's underestimating Kyrkus' healing, but I can understand if we're gonna be, like...
Target.
即戦即決
You'll have to try harder than that.
Okay,
問題ないよ
we could take him out, and, put Ethan right here.
Thunderstorm. May the light imbue you. I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys. I will complete my assignment.
That's like perfectly signed binding. Yeah, like I'm not even trying, and Ethan's just being a goat right now.
This must wipe out all that blocks the way. Who's next?
Take a breath. Go on. It's not as if I'm crushing your
Bruh.
You want to topple me? By what? You'll have to try harder than that.
That's annoying. The spawn at the perfect timing, and yeah. That's kind of the annoying part, is that, like, I think there's a bit of RNG
Do you
there,
like
but
my nails? Guess what I
that
use?
doesn't have nothing to worry about, honestly. Okay, let's continue on. Hopefully, we can actually get the correct side enemy to spawn in, maybe, if the game decides to do that. Okay. Let's say we're gonna get another Kyrkus. I get first picked. I mean, okay, I'll take Elysium. I want to bring in Elysium. I just need to change the skill. I'm gonna change her with Ashlock. And I'm going to take out you for Lizai. Go S1. Yeah, that works. The person can do whatever the heck they want. Oh, a Virgil user. That's rare. Is this like an all-guy group? He's probably like, bruh, you have Elysium. I bet this is the guys just doing only guys. Like, look at, especially you seen Virgil as the Vanguard. 100%. No one uses Virgil unknowingly unless they're doing like a niche group. Especially with like a guy only and no Elysium. Just having like a few 6 stars makes a load of a difference in Arknights sometimes. Like, I can tell you right now, there's a lot of clears I'd have an even easier time with if I had at least one 6-star. Just one. I'm not even talking about like meta as well. Like non-meta 6 stars could definitely change like strategies I could do and make a lot of things easier a lot of the time. It's something that a lot of content creators probably don't say, especially if you do like no 6-star clears. Like I can easily tell you at the start, like 100%. Like I'm gonna be brutally honest.
All those. ヘッドセットのチェックは済んだ。問題ないよ。これで分かったでしょ。
Beginning collection of battlefield information.
Okay, that works, I guess. Gotcha.
It's not like the night competitions. You can't cause a battle when someone gets injured.
The sunlight will have to wait.
Yep, I will win this match.
信号は安定。即戦即決。
If you're still hesitating, the wind blows through. The leaves tell stories of those who sleep.
わかりました。
勝利の一種の幻覚に過ぎない。問題ないよ。
On standby.
I shall ensure the integrity of the law.
Cannon fire is just the first step.
強く近畿すらも破ります。
Yeah, he's only targeting Mjolnir because of the taunt level increase, which got kind of annoying, but whatever.
位置につきました。来訪の本質は
You can do this. Here, first step is a deep breath.
in position. ターゲットロックオン。
Okay, fair enough. Good shit. I'm probably... Yeah, that's fine. Because we just have to live. Bind, Ethan! Bind! No! Ethan! You're supposed to bind. Whatever. I don't think you can bind him, actually. Maybe not.
If you insist on being so stubborn, then prepare for execution.
Oh yeah, I can. I guess. That's fine, though.
お前の攻撃を想定の通りだ
It's been a hot minute.
I will stand guard here. On standby.
私の戦争兵器は必ずやあなた様の時間をかけるつもりはない
I can handle this.
わかりました。
加減はしますよ。
よしとしましょう。罪に裁きを。ご来光庁。
ウォーミングアップはここまでだ。
お前の攻撃を想定の通りだ
I remember your face as well now.
毒薬の準備が整いました。
All those I have yet to abandon.
幻覚が見えるかしら。
Prayers are unnecessary.
Good shit. Okay. This is kind of overkill, but it is what it is.
It's a bit tricky as long as you give me some time.
感情は勝利をもたらすことはありません
I'm gonna let him charge up. Like, he's fine. Like, I gotta use my skill.
終わったのです
位置につきました。罪に裁きを。ご来光庁。
Okay.
我が蜜液が汝に死をもたらさ。
The bottom row is not really seeing a lot of use. You're kind of getting, like, really easy enemies on the bottom row.
終わったのです お前の攻撃を想定の通りだ
幻覚が見えるかしら。
Because sometimes the bottom row can be actually quite dangerous. That's why I do Gurkus, but doesn't really matter. Still not lucky enough to get the enemies I need, but that's what happens when you have to rely on RNG. The next set I can easily do just by myself. Like, I could do it on stream as well. Okay. No subs needed. Awesome. We'll take out you. We'll bring in... Oh, he has it. Okay. Well... Yeah. I guess I'll go normal. Yeah. That's not been too worrisome. Yeah, he probably has, oh, I don't know. I mean, I can't see. He might have Spectre. Or he might have Spectre on his, side characters. That's why Spectre didn't show up for me.
そんなに私を先
Survive for 150 seconds.
We're fighting you guys. Then please do your best to stop, or I'll be really bored.
I will stand guard here.
Trash the mission briefing. I know what you want.
Okay, then I'll just use my skill.
Gather around, you guys.
Get behind me.
On standby. If you're still hesitating, Arbor, reach your hands to me.
Fear not. Here I come.
Vermin. We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Okay. No. Yeah. We can just fast forward this.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Relax. It'll be over. Always so focused and proud. But have you forgotten to look above?
You're vital.
Okay.
The more defined a battle's goal is, the clearer tactics
Ah,
become.
rip. I was kind of hoping for the one specific enemy. I don't know what the likelihood is, honestly.
I'm here to help.
Solid position.
Gather around, you guys.
Beginning collection of battlefield information.
I shall cover you.
Wow. Looks awfully dangerous. Forward. I have to get serious.
Arbor, reach your hands to me.
Until you realize that Dwizzledale is actually kind of bad in this scenario.
On standby.
Volcanic soot contains lots of originium particles. Let's not stay too long. Gather around, you guys.
Here I come.
These so-called folks.
Persian.
Kick ass!
Yeah, so the good thing is we don't have to worry about, the drones, at least. Because hard mode is like, oh, hey, here's like 1,000 drones that will guarantee kill 2 civilians. Have fun. Well, not necessarily. It just comes down to, like, do you want to risk getting absolutely destroyed of all of your operators, or do you want to risk taking out or keeping one operator to bait, but then lose probably at least 2 civilians guaranteed? So those things to think about. Sometimes that might not happen, sometimes it will. It's honestly all over the place, honestly, when it comes to advance on that map. You guys can hear your teammates' operatives. Give them a helping hand. Okay, blaring horns. Okay. This one can actually... my least favorite map, honestly. Now, in terms of, like, how I feel about it, it's just its difficulty, especially for new players. Like, if I was just going, like, no 6 stars, I think that's, like, one of the worst maps to get with new player with no 6 stars. Because it's so hard to survive on advanced. Like, I'm totally not talking about advanced here. Normal is completely fine. Advanced is like, you need, like, a really good healing setup at the start, or you're just screwed. You're not gonna make it, even if you're just having, like, another new player with you. Welcome to the stream, LA.
それじゃあ出発しようか。みんな、僕のルートに沿って行動してね。
Okay.
I will stand guard here.
Wow. Looks all
And just
familiar.
completely ignore. Oh.
You call me out for this?
Thanks, individual.
Get yourselves ready.
You. This dude is literally doing the fuck he wants. He can do that, but he just kind of screwed over a lot of possible strategies just because he can use 6 stars.
Solid positioning.
It's like, I would not suggest just placing people wherever the hell you want. Like, I know this is a 6-star team using the Wizardome logo, so this is not going to be hard. But, let's be brutally honest, good luck for anyone that has to deal with this as a new player, and then get down advance.
I come from the depths. Volcanic set on standby.
No one can see me.
He doesn't have to worry about that. I don't know why. Like, he could use his skill and get more. This player is, like, so much 6-star use that he doesn't realize he's completely fine.
You stepped into my
Like, I could easily put down and move her and use her if that's an issue, but, like, this is Wizard we're talking about. Like, you should just use her skill and she's completely fine. I would use my specialist, but... Oh, hey, the one enemy I'm actually been looking for. This is my last random group.
Focused on the ground.
This is the one enemy I'm missing, because this one just seems to be rare.
I'm listening.
There we go.
Ashes from volcanoes.
Now, hopefully the player doesn't do it again.
And erase. Then nourish and propagate.
How soon do you want them gone? Follow me into the shadows.
And this person literally just doing whatever the fuck he wants and ruined my entire strategy. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Don't do what this person's doing and fucking the other player up. Like, I don't know why he's not allowing this line to be the entire field to keep everyone in the middle alive. Nah, we just want to do whatever the heck we want to do because it's more beneficial the layout of what we want for our operators. If this was like a lot more hardcore, I would probably lose. This is not that difficult, especially at 6 stars, but like, I'm being very critical of this player. I don't do that, but like, look how he's playing. Like, the main gist of the stage is you're supposed to use these lines to keep these guys from hitting inside, so that you can live the 180 seconds. You do want to use ambushers, but not in the way this player intends.
Very well.
I can do that.
I will stand guard here.
動き回るな。そうすればお互い手間が省けるだろう。
I think he's trying to use the lines for SP. But, like, the amount of time you get, and, like, how much the enemy bomb rushes you, at least on this mode, it's not that bad, so it's not to worry about. They don't make the argument that Advance isn't as bad either, especially if you have ambushers.
You've stepped into my domain.
But, I mean, it's not like we're losing or anything, so... I mean, hopefully not. Like, if we're losing on this stage, with the 6 stars we're using, there's an issue.
The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
お待ちして
お前の攻撃は想定の通り。
どうすりゃいいんだ。目の前真っ暗になってねえか。
Okay. Well, I think that's that. So that was especially the last foe to find is that mid-stage rabbit for the easier mode. I got him easily on advanced, but not on normal. So the last set of enemies is specifically the not the defense, but the ball minigame. Which means I can't just find a match and randomly play. I'm gonna have to cheese a little bit, and I'm gonna have to grab another emulator at this point. Which I'm gonna quickly see if I can do that. Is that gamepad? I'm not entirely certain how we do that again. Is it, let's find it here quickly. Yeah. Co-op play. Start the emulator. I did not do this before, so this is my first time doing it with the co-op. This is gonna be a little interesting because, I'm gonna be really honest. I think it's gonna go crazy. That's like, oh wait, you're logged into 2 different accounts here. I will say this: I do like it how easy and simple it is to instantly log into Arknights if you just have it connected to your Google Play. But when you're trying to do like multiple accounts, it's actually like generally annoying. Because it's gonna be like, bro. Yeah, it's gonna say sign in. It's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna probably just get the Arknights APK. Probably go that route so we don't have to fight the login system. Yes, I know what the game is. That's gonna be annoying. I mean, it's what I asked for, because this would just be the easiest way to do it. I want to download... Is it gonna allow me to choose the version, please? This is so... It's funny because the easiest way to download... Or easiest, I should say, APKs I've downloaded. Hello? I'm gonna have to refresh this because it's being stupid. What the hell? Oh, there we go. No. Ads, man. Yes. Okay. Usually downloaded together. Heyday. What? Why is Heyday downloaded with Arknights? What the fuck? The LD player? What the heck, man? Okay. Exit full screen. Now I have Arknights downloaded on the other one. I'm gonna quickly disable this so I can get things set up. Going to full screen that. Just a sec while I get this thing set up. Arknights? The hell, mate? Why are you having issues? No, no issues now. Okay, Arknights, you're being weird. Interesting. I'm gonna restart it. If it's gonna be one of those things that it's like, oh, you have to download it to Google Play, that's gonna be annoying. If it's gonna not allow me to do APK, that'd be kind of funny. I don't give a fudge, LD player. The only thing I care about is playing with myself. And then afterwards, I guess we could do... Okay, yeah, it's not allowing me. It is not liking what I'm doing. Install. I'm gonna have to risk it for the biscuit here. I'm gonna have to download it through Play Store. That's annoying. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's just gonna be annoying and time-consuming. I'm gonna have to sign in. Okay, yes, that is me. Yes. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. Chill the fuck out. It just snooped all my phones. Okay. I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. I want to get into it. Thank you. Yes, I know. I don't care. My fudging goodness. Did you enjoy Chapter 14? Chapter 14's interesting, especially with how people interacted with it. I think my main issue with Chapter 14 is how the developers handled it, trying to make it as player-friendly as possible, and not really achieving that, and then some people saying it's easy, but they're using 6 stars. So it's like, is it like... I don't like what they try to go about it. Trying to make it player-friendly, especially at the end of an act or arc. Comes down to what you think or believe. I believe Act 4 will still be in the main arc, The acts are like the sections of the game. I'm also kind of show. I can't really show this because it's not on screen. I'm also kind of do this real quickly. Since we're kind of in the main menu here. So the main themes, you have acts, essentially the first act in Tinium, Act 1, and then Act 2. The next one is going to be Act 3, which I think is still going to be in the arc. Something I want to try to clarify, because I feel like that's what's going to happen next. But regardless, this type of thing they did with Episode 14 should have happened at Episode 9, not Episode 14. At the same time, I don't care. The fact that some people say it's easy, I say, if you're a new player, Episode 14 is not going to be easy. Unless you first built Wizardell and just completely used Wizardell, then I'm like, yeah, no fucking duh, it's Wizardell. But, in that regard, it just comes down to new players, how they start the game, and if they are knowledgeable enough to build Wizardell or Logos. Or assuming they even have them to begin with. And with that in mind, I don't think it's easy for new players. Is it easy for veterans? Probably, yes. Aside from a certain boss mechanic, for the most part, I would say Episode 14 was easy. But going in blind can be a little tricky. And certain stages were a lot more harder than others in regard to that. Especially certain people in chat were going a little crazy during my first attempts on Adverse. Trying to say, oh, this is easy, bro. It's like, no, not really. It's not easy. Not as easy as people make it out to be. But overall, I like the music. I like what they do with the music. I wish there was music played a lot more often than the few segments it did have. And, I mean, I'm not going to go over the story, but there's a lot to the story, and the fact that it's not the end yet. I think it's interesting the way they've gone about the story. I assumed that Episode 14 was going to be the end of the story of this arc. It's not. Far from it, actually. So I was kind of bamboozled by not knowing the story. And from what I've saw, I assumed this was going to be the end, but no, it's not. Barely. I think it seems like major arcs are going to be essentially set in 2 acts. I think that's the safest thing to assume at this point. So we still have lots to do in this arc. I mean, Thyrsus is still a thing. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things that, like... I don't know. I really don't know. Because it's obvious that Thyrsus is still the main threat. We're literally at the very end, Kelsey's telling you, the doctor's like, hey, it's time to kick out Thyrsus' ass. That doesn't happen in this episode. So it's assumed that, like, probably episode 15 is probably when we're going to kick Thyrsus' ass. Or maybe episode 17, episode 19. I don't know. But regardless of the story, the music, I think the way the developers handled episode 14 was not great. And I feel like it goes against a lot of aspects. A lot of aspects that would make episode 14 better. Like the fact of the story, people going from like episode 1 to episode 14 is like a huge like whiplash, I would say. Especially if you're reading the story, for some reason, if you do that. I know there's easy mode. I know some people are going to mention, oh, well, there's easy mode. Sure. There's easy mode, the story mode. But the rewards that you get from story mode compared to standard or adverse is completely different. And I don't think as worthy. Unless you're one of those people that kinda gets help from a player. And at least some knowledge. I doubt many new players went through the first episode. Or let me say episode 14, my bad. Especially with how I played and with how I started the game, without kind of going essentially blind into it, not looking up what things to do. I can guarantee you, people are gonna have issues with episode 3. This is I would say this episode 14's difficulty is like around episode 5, and based off my experience having issues with episode 3 at the start. Yeah, I don't expect many new players to get through at least standard on the story. which story is focused on the story, which you wouldn't be doing anyway because you went from episode 1 to episode 14. You kind of see the big issues here with the way they've handled it. I don't think this was like the wisest decision. And at this point, it's probably going to be like maybe 2 to 3 more years before this could be actually useful for a new arc, because we're still not out of this arc. So they can't just do it for episode 15, they can't just do it for episode 16. They actually have to finish this arc. I mean, they can still do it, but I don't think it's going to be a wise decision on many aspects, and I feel like it's just going to not really be as enjoyable. I don't think a lot of players probably enjoyed this episode as much, especially because everyone just kind of dogpiles it as easy, and most of them are just using 6 stars. So it's like, really at this point, like, was it the wisest decision? No. Was it the way they went about it stupid? Yes. Even though I can understand why they did it, they probably was like, oh, we should allow people the chance to get Thursa, and stuff like that. Like, assuming new players will know about Thursa or care about Thursa. It's like, I don't understand the thought process from Hypergriff at this point when it comes to episode 14 and why they went about this way. Overall, I enjoyed the episode. It's just that the difficulty and the way they've handled it for new players was dumb. And could have been way better, or just not done it at all, like they done for past episodes. And maybe just make story mode something that new players can do if they can actually get past episode 4. Or is it episode 3? I think it's episode 3-18 they have to beat to get into episode 9. Then they have to go through episode 9 up until episode 13. That's what they should have just allowed to do. Which a lot of people probably wouldn't agree with that, but that's like, honestly, the best decision on both the story / getting through the game standpoint, the progression of the gameplay at that point, and just normal experience for the game. If Adverse is easier than episode 6 or 7, at that point, like, progression is out the fucking window. And I think it just hampers what could be for episode 14 than helps. Anyway, it's just there to try to do for new players, and I feel like that even fails on that front too. I think they did a horrible. I think they did a horrible job in the way they went about episode 14. But I can understand what they were trying to do. But I just think it fails and it's on their face trying to do it. And they should have just had it like for the last 5 episodes, where they had to get to episode 9 first and then go through. It's not like Thirst has disappeared. I think you can still get Thirst. Hidden Front is... I don't... let me see if I can... Hidden Front and Secret Place are still available. I don't know if, like, the main menu thing is still available, but you can still get Thursa. You can still do the Hidden Front and get the rewards from that. Which, did I actually finish? No, I didn't. I only did 1 and I just completely, like, over my head. But, I mean, you can still get the rewards. It's not like it's disappeared. Aside from, like, the store, but that's in the thumbnail, I guess. We really cared about that, but overall, like, I don't think you're missing much from not getting through episode 14, and I feel like it just... The way they handled it, it could have been way better if they didn't focus on it, making it for new players. They definitely had the stuff in it to make it, like, probably one of the better episodes, but they tried to make it too player-friendly, and I think that ruins this episode. Anyway, I talked about so much about episode 14 here, but that's what I think.
Doctor. What a great start for the day.
As someone who did both the normal and adverse with no 6 stars, aside from like forced Logos use, but that's debatable on how you feel about that, and I don't think it's really worth trying to worry about killing the character. Because some of those stages, if you like try to kill Logos, I personally think that it's a lot harder, like extremely harder. the most stages in the past episodes. I'm looking at what was it? Dash 8? Dash 8? What was it? Dash? I don't think it was Dash 10. Was it 11? Yeah. Dash 11's a lot harder than people make it out to be if you don't use 6 stars. This one's insane, in my opinion. Way more difficult than, was it 20? Yeah, 20 is actually kind of like a really cool episode, stage. I like this stage the most. I think this is by far the best stage in episode 14. And the music, it's the only time it plays in the music, but it's really good. I think it works well with essentially becoming a boss rush of 3 different bosses. Anyway, yeah. That's all there is to know. I know a lot of people won't agree with that, but that's what I think. Okay, so I'm gonna be interested to see here. There's a lot of things I might be missing out on context and points of that conversation. I know some people make a fair point of, like, if they know a little bit, or, what else? What else? Story mode, which is a fair argument, but again, story mode doesn't really give you all the rewards. So it's kind of like there's a somewhat of a what's the point to do it aside from the fact that it is story mode. That the point of it is to experience the story. And I think that's fair if someone wants to just experience a story. And that's why that was introduced from episode 10, put it onto episode 9, and then from then on, is because of the fact that new players who want to enjoy the story can enjoy the story, except for the fact of the end of the first arc, that doesn't have it, and you're probably gonna have a hard time getting through that. So it's kind of like a back and forth, like, don't know about that. I feel like they probably could go back and to do that, but I feel like they should be doing that, honestly, if they want to make it so that there is a section of the game where if you want to experience the story as a new player, you can't experience all of the main story as a new player. They just need to go back to do that for the first arc at the very end, for like the Act 1. Episode 4 or episode 5. I think it's episode 5 to episode 8. And then I'll be like, okay, fair enough. But again, I mean, what's the point of making it accessible to new players after episode 1? You know, I think allowing you to go to the second arc at episode 4 is before you get to episode 4, after episode 3, I think is to a degree a little too much, but I think is fair enough and makes more sense because you can actually understand the mechanics of the game a lot more. There's a lot more that gets essentially thrown in your face that you have to learn, compared to just going from episode 1, not knowing much about the game, and then instantly to episode 14 and just saying, hey, do you know about Shift? You don't? Oh, have fun. It's like, really, I don't think Hypergriff really took into consideration a lot of things doing that. I think it should have been unlocked with episode 9, after 3-18. Then I'll be like, okay, that's understandable. That's my opinion anyway. I think that's like the best argument against this idea, is that like the fact that they just kind of casually like, after you beat like 1-10, you can do episode 14. I completely miss out on a lot of important segments of the game to actually understand the mechanics of the game. Have fun. It's like they definitely just seem like it went over their heads with that. Unless, of course, they expect players to know a lot of the game already for some reason. I mean that's kind of like a hard ball to throw. I know some new players started with the game, but they were like playing with another person who knew what they were doing and also built Wizardell maxed. So like it's kind of not surprising that they actually managed to beat episode 14 out of verse because they built Wizardell. I don't know about M3, but definitely S3 level 7. So there are new players that did that, but at the same time we're talking about like the newest, best nuke meta character in the game that can casually solo many stages in the game on just level 7. You probably E2 level 1, level 7 skill level, they could probably solo a decent amount of levels just from that one character alone. So I'm not too surprised if a new player could do that on Adverse. Essentially get like an instant delete button. They just need to know that they need to build it, which they definitely did. So I'm not really surprised on that. I think that's the case for both Logos and Wizardell. It's just that Wizardell would be a lot better choice because you do a lot more damage. While Logos, you eventually have to get his module, which means you have to unlock the module system, which would be a lot of things to do just to do that. So you're more likely to have an easier chance for a new player to do Wizardell than Logos, just because of that. They could try, but like they would have to be like really good at placing out Logos at the start of a map. And then somehow figuring out the mechanics really quickly and really easily. Now, granted, it's 2 weeks. Maybe some of them did figure out how to deal with the mechanics if they continue through the base game at the same time. Like, through episode 1, 2, and 3, at the same time going through episode 14. There's a chance that players probably could figure it out. Being brutally honest. But I doubt all of them did. If, assuming that, depending on how many new players started playing with episode 14 release. Assuming that they also didn't get help from other players. But that's fine, it's just all speculation. And unless someone did the data and results, the only person that would really know that stuff would be Yostar and Hypergriff at this moment in time. I did do the survey. I did was a little harsh on the idea of episode 14. But I made it clear, even on the survey, that this should be done for a new arc. Not something that we're currently at the beginning, not the beginning, but like at least into the arc, the middle of the arc, or even at the end of an arc, or an act. I don't think it should be done. I can understand if this is the beginning. They did that with episode 9. If you just beat episode 3, you get access to episode 4, or you get access to episode 9. So in that sense, like they could do something like that, but yeah, at this point I'd be kind of just explaining the same thing over and over again, but at this point it should already make a lot of sense at this point in how I feel about it. Anyway, at this point I'm just taking my sweet time trying to download Arknights. Emulators are a bit glitchy with trying to download Arknights. Not so much download Arknights, but download the in-game stuff into Arknights. So for example, just for those that are curious, I'm currently, maybe I should have the display up. Let me actually quickly, no, not quickly, I can just show this briefly. The main issue is that it's downloading to this, but it freezes and it stops downloading. So I have to exit out of the emulator. I have to go back into the emulator. I learned to enjoy the game, yeah. I think with that, I think that's a good example that going into an event without really knowing the base mechanics of the game hurts your experience more than just normally going through the game as the progression is. Granted, depending upon the event, it could probably go all over the place. But yeah, this is what I'm currently doing. So I'm trying to get another account up and running so I can finish the enemies here. Anyway, Mansfield rerun. Interesting. My second alt account that I haven't used for a very long time started around the original release of Mansfield. The main gist of the original account was mostly to do characters I don't really use as my main use characters. Overall, I stopped playing because there was just too much work trying to do 2 different accounts, and I just kind of got bored. Not really bored, but it was like, to me, it wasn't as fun trying to do that. Not because of you not using characters bit, but just the amount of work you have to put into was too much for me. Now, I should be able to get into Icebreaker games here. If not, then we're going to be speedrunning. I've been playing this game for like obviously a long time. For those that are curious, well, I did not really start streaming this game until like June, at the end of June. I technically was like first started on the release day of Arknights. The thing about that though was that after about a month in, I stopped playing the game for a couple of months. So I was essentially ended up being like behind a couple of months, but I essentially got through majority of the challenge mode stages from the main episodes stages. And that was kind of like the first stream I did for the game in 2020. So it's like I've been playing for a really long time now, so it's gonna be kind of interesting if I have to speedrun the Facebook account. Definitely would be interesting to see how that goes. Assuming that I can actually get it downloaded, because it's at 50% now. This is the issue of trying to download Arknights on an emulator. It's annoying. Especially with like an auto it's trying to download my Google Play account, which I'm gonna sign out and then go into Facebook. It's probably gonna freak out and then try to sign in Facebook account through my others, because that's how stupid it is. Trust me, that happens, by the way. Sometimes when I log in, I'd be like, oh, this is another person's account that I was hand-holding. It ends up actually being kind of annoying. Actually, like, I'm genuinely being serious. It can be annoying. While it could be a really nice feature to get back into the game quickly on a new phone, it's a really annoying feature when you're trying to do multiple accounts or just hand-holding in general. And you're essentially, like, with Google Play, and we're just having issues. Like, I couldn't even play the game with an APK, by the way, as an example. So it's like, it really encourages you to use a Google Play account or an iOS account, assuming that it would work properly. Oh. Check your netcord and try again. What? I think I know what's happening. It's trying to get info from my account. So we're just gonna have to do this. You guys could just be on this account. Is it gonna work now? Yep. It's gonna work now. No, I'm gonna have to probably restart it completely. This is gonna be annoying. But we'll get this going. And yes, I have done a lot of things in the background. Like, I recently, so talking about like custom wallpapers, the LE player does allow you to add in your own custom wallpaper in the background. So I did episode 6 picture. I won't say banner, but I guess that would be best to explain it. Granted, at that point, if I didn't have such a bad ping, I would offer myself for a co-op. No problem. But explaining that, I recently, because it's something that you could do for the Xbox 360, and this is something that the Xbox 360 can do, and it's kind of cool that's even a thing to begin with. With the Xbox 360, you can add in your own custom themes. what's interesting is you cannot get banned because with themes, it's specifically on your console. You don't show off your themes online. So no matter, even with the servers being down for Xbox 360s, you will never get banned from doing themes, custom themes. And you have to download this program on a computer called Horizon, and you can essentially add in your custom themes for your Xbox 360 console. Okay, okay, okay. Probably gonna turn on the PlayStation 5 here. I might as well do this on stream since you guys are gonna wait. Hey, 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 hey.
TV inputs.
Thank you.
HDMI 3 Xbox 360 game console universal remote.
Oh, yeah. So while I try to keep downloading on the Assault program here. I might as well show off the many things you can download. I mean, a lot of these download themes I've already downloaded before the Xbox 360 store went down. But here you go. How often do you see Arknights on Xbox? Just saying. Yeah, this would be like a better view. It actually looks very good. Like, extremely good. Like, a lot of the pictures, just because, at least at the timing, thanks to the Xbox having the ability to do HDMI, I was kind of show this better with a... I'll switch to a different camera here. That's not it. I just want to do just camera. My bad. There we go. It's gonna look bad, but... I don't know if that's gonna be a thing. Honestly, I don't know if there's a better way to look at it, but... It actually, like... A lot of them just look amazing. Thanks to, of course, the HDMI connection and the quality of the pictures, especially with the TV I'm using. But it's cool that you can do this. Like, with it, this is like the only console you don't have to mod to add in your own custom themes. There's a few consoles you do have to do that though. For example, 3DS. I do have a custom modded 3DS that does have specific themes on it that are Arknights related. Cool. There's other ones too that are unique and interesting. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but yeah. That's what I recently done yesterday. There's a lot more themes that I implemented. Arknights Mix, which is just different pictures of the different themes from different ones released. Like, for example, this was the one recently posted by Icebreaker and Yostar of like a chibi-esque versions of all like characters from like Reed Alter to like Mjolnir, Texas with Lopland and all that stuff. The Seaborn, essentially the ending screens for IS3. There's a picture online of like Tallulah and Patriot. But yeah, like there's a lot of things you can do with themes. Not too much actually. There's no like custom music or anything. But you can edit a few. You can add like there's like 4 of them with Horizon. One of them no longer works because since the Xbox 360 servers are down, you don't have access to a media library. So the Xbox 360 will default the memory library as your game library. Just a tip for you guys. So if it's like pictures in the wrong order, it's because it changes the media library to the game library. The home menu and the settings theme pictures are the same. At this point, I guess, yeah, so there's the other one again, but with that version. That looks a lot better in there than the emulator, which is interesting enough. Yeah. At this point, I'm just gonna go with something here for the background for now. Let's do an infield promotion. And by the way, you will not get banned because it's themes. If you touch anything else than the themes, even with the servers being down, there's probably a chance you can get banned. Fair warning. Anyway, let's go back to what we were doing earlier. Did my emulator die? Oh, that's right. Duh. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to download this stupid thing, and it's just like, nah. You trying to do multiple accounts? Download the emulator? Fuck you. After this, I'm gonna be getting the last of the ball enemies, and then that might just be it for today's stream. I did talk about earlier about the EG-6. It still has it as EP on my screen, but it's EG-6. I was kind of incorrect in my theory, but I think the theory still holds true. So, might as well kind of re-talk about that for a second. At the very end of EG-6, this is kind of spoiler territory. Thursa goes through, essentially, she's kind of like last existence shenanigans. Do you play integrated strategies? I do. I mean, I don't really. I do play integrated strategies. I don't always play it on stream. I still have the deep investigations for IS-4 to still do on stream. Which I don't know if I'm going to end up doing afterwards, but I can, we'll see. I probably won't, but that's something I still need to finish off as the last of the deep explorations for IS-4. I've been recently playing IS-3 off stream, doing the different endings for the different, tags. At this point, in the last 2 weeks, maybe more than that, maybe a month, I've gone over 20 plus levels just trying to get the different endings. And I've gone actually more of a firm understanding of the 4th boss for IS-3. A lot of people did not help me out with that. They kind of tricked me into believing a certain way, and completely and utterly made me not understand the boss. Because a lot of people were trying to say, oh, hey, you want to do this, as this is what you need to do. And I find that doing that way is actually the worst way to go about it, actually. Personally speaking, your best thing to do against IS-4 boss is just destroy as much of the jellies as you can. You can block them and make them to normal enemies. And just make it so that it has like a quarter of health remaining, and then destroy the boss at the end. That's like the best way to handle the 4th boss. Trying the other way around is going to cause more headaches and more likely chance to lose, which has happened. Like a couple of months ago, I tried it out, not remembering that I don't like IS-3 as much as the others, and being absolutely destroyed on the 4th boss. Just because I let the boss take too many jellyfish, and then there's a whole HP down mechanic with stun, and that bullshit, and it's just, that's what makes the boss annoying. And at the time, characters like Shu didn't exist either. Like, Shu completely kind of keeps people alive a lot more than most other characters, other healers as well. Just because of the healing effect of the tile change for the seedling. which is like almost like a perfume relic in that, but like better. So she completely greatly hopes at keeping people alive for the fourth boss, my bad. Going back to it, the bosses are kind of easier than I remembered. The first boss could be annoying, but is easy. Second boss is just a nuisance, but I completely destroyed him when I had to do him. Third boss is, honestly, I never had any issues with the third boss. Honestly, like the third boss is probably the easiest in IS3, and then the fourth boss is, with my attempts at it recently, I've realized how easier it is than I originally thought because people did not actually made it worse for me. So, yeah. There's a lot of things that the game doesn't tell you that people just kind of like don't really help in that regard. IS4 though is a different entire story compared to IS3. IS3 I just hate the mechanics. IS4 I hate the difficulty balance. I think that's the best way to say what I hate about those two. I think IS2 is actually perfectly balanced, and I think it's like the best integrated strategies we've ever had and still have. You can literally go with any team you want, and you wouldn't really have any issues. Which I guess is not what the developers intended, because they want you to do specific characters, which goes against the idea of it being a roguelike, but it's up to them how they want to develop the game. But me personally, I think IS2 is what a roguelike should be. Not IS4s you need AoE or get fucked on the 5th floor, or IS3s you need stun and anti-air. Or some elemental way of keeping people alive, I guess, but that's not really an issue nowadays, for me anyway. I think IS3 isn't as bad as IS4. But I think IS3 still has some issues that I'm not a big fan of. But IS4, my bad, is I think a really unholy balanced mess. And maybe some people will like it because it would challenge them, especially on the 5th floor. I've gotten to the point where the 1st floor isn't an issue. It's generally the 5th floor. The 5th floor is where things go from like probably like a 8 out of difficulty to like a 20 out of difficulty. It greatly, it's stupendous. It's so stupid. The fact that I got absolutely destroyed on a monthly using Surtur, I would not live that down in my mind of just how stupid some of those stages are. Normal stage is harder than episode 13. Hands down. And it's not even past level 1, I believe. I think, or maybe it's like level 3, maybe. I don't know the exact level for monthly. But, like, when monthly is more difficult than most of the difficult stages in Arknights, is the issues of what I have of balancing in IS4. And it's a good showcase. I would strongly recommend, if you're curious, to go check that one out. I have not even reached Ascension 15. I didn't really bother with IS3 because you don't need to go Ascension, by the way, aside from Metal. IS4, I've gone up to like 13. I just haven't really bothered continuing up because I just don't really care. At this point, I'll probably just keep to 12 so I can do the medals. Not the medals, but the stamps is what they call them. And that's it. I know with IS5, we'll have to see how all of that plays out. I cannot say anything because I have not touched it yet, and I can take into inspiration of what people say. That's not a guarantee of that's how it's going to be for me or how I feel about it. So I'm not going to really say anything about IS5 until I've done a decent amount of games in it before I can really say anything about it. But I haven't played it yet, so. You mean IS-5? Yeah. I did hear about that. That they're increasing the difficulty, they're adding more extensions and updates, which is an interesting decision. The fact that we're gonna have like 5 different bosses up to past level 18 in Ascension is an interesting decision. I want them to go back to the previous ISs and what I like to call revamping. This is something I've been going hard on in the surveys. Revamping IS-2, adding more story to IS-2, add in a side event for IS-2 with the revamping of IS-2. Adding more to the system, actually add levels to it, which is the only one that doesn't have a level system to it, or Ascension level, whatever you like to say about it. That's something I've been really harping on to happen. Which, like I said already before, I think IS-2 is the best balanced IS we have. So for them to add more to it, I think is a no-brainer at this point. And if they want to make it harder, they can with the level system. I've got there's some other things I haven't suggested for level system. For example, you cannot choose 6 stars up to a certain point. Like, for example, higher levels, you can't choose 6 stars at the start. Not based off hope, but just straight up, you can't use 6 stars. So that forces people to use 4 stars and 5 stars. Or anything pretty much under 6 stars. And then after a certain point, you can start using 6 stars. With, I've already said, with the balancing. With Mudrock, I think it comes down to the animation. I have one skin of hers, which is the summer skin, and that's kind of it for Mudrock. I haven't changed anything at all. I haven't bothered with the Abed Cynthia, but that's just more or less because I don't really like Absinthe Cynthia anymore mostly just because of what they did for the very first one, and then just kind of falling on their face with it, and I just kind of haven't stopped worried about it. But I'm gonna ignore that story for now because I'll just rant for like 30 minutes about the very first Absinthe Cynthia and the way that Yostar has handled a lot of community events and all sorts of stuff. I'm not gonna rant because I'm gonna be. It eventually will make me go into a rant about Yostar as a company. Which is, I can talk about Yostar all day. Okay, so hopefully, with this second account here, I'll log into Facebook. And hopefully, I don't get destroyed by shenanigans. That would be the worst case scenario where I can't log in because Google Play is trying to sync the player data, and I'm just gonna be annoyed if that happens because it doesn't allow me to normally do a normal APK. So this might actually be genuinely annoying to attempt. Honestly, when it comes to skins, I have barely touched blah blah blah, being stupid right now. Recommendation algorithm. I have barely touched it. Recommendation algorithm. The reasoning is that I mean I've already played Operation. I mean I have played of the newer one, but I've played all of the older, the beta version of Operation. Blah blah blah. Raw. I'm just gonna say Raw. So to me, at this point, I have not even touched Raw. Build team to serve the difference on IS, but that would take away the roguelike factor. Honestly, that's what they should have done for IS-3. Not what you said there, but go with fully randomness. because it's very obvious that they kind of want to, but at the same time, they barely like make it roguelike-ish. They don't give enough random chance to it. I personally think that they really should just go all out on randomness as like a game mode of integrated strategies. Because it's very obvious with IS3, they try to do that, but a lot of players didn't like it. To me, it's just annoying that some things are fully random and some things aren't. It would make more sense if everything was random. Then it would be kind of more like, it would feel more fair. That's why it's like, when it comes to like IS3 really should have just been fully random. Now I'm not really a crazed, I don't think pre-built is really a good thing. You can have pre-built random, but I don't think pre-built would really work well in a, yeah, as you already mentioned before, with an integrated strategies as a roguelike feature. Well, this is actually generally taking a long time. Okay, so for now, I'm going to remove the display, just in case. And hopefully, I can switch accounts so that we could be in 2 different accounts at the same time through Google Play. I doubt it. I'm gonna try, damn it. Okay. Google's fine. I think actually getting into the account's gonna be what's gonna be interesting here. So, when I get into this other secondary account here, oh, you can't really see. I'll get into the Facebook version, which is a different account. Assuming that I still have it available, that they just don't delete accounts for some reason. What's... Okay, YouTube is just being weird right now. But yeah. Going back to Raw. This is one of those game modes that it's like, I don't think they add enough to it to make it enticing to play it. Like, I kind of wish they went more on the unique side of things and the creativity side for Raw. They just make it into like a farming simulator. And I don't really like that aspect. Like, sure, it's nice, but I would rather like more of a creative side to it, which there is to a degree, but it's just samey a lot of the time as like the best way to go about it, especially with the difficulty of Raw in general. You're better off trying to deal with things before they even reach your base, instead of encouraging the enemies to go to your base. And that is like a good showcase of the issues with Raw. Like that sentence alone, I think, is what the main issue of Raw. Dun dun da 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 dun da 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 da. Come on, 97, 98. Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. Account management. Facebook. Yes. Bro. For security, you have to... I have to download Facebook? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, it's gonna be annoying. I'm sorry, guys. Blame everything trying to be safe and security-free. Not security-free, but high security. Yes, I must log into Facebook first. Let me do that real quickly. And then we're just gonna play by ourselves, maybe. We'll see. Log in. Password, boom, 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 boom. It's definitely... Dun, 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 dun. There we are. There you go. Put that bad boy in. Please don't. Bro. Huh? How's that? Oh. Yeah. That's fine. I just need to make it think I'm on Facebook. Hopefully this works. There we go.
Arknights.
Okay, let's see how well this game goes, because it might freak out. Oh, it didn't. I unlocked the night theme on my alt account.
Oh joy, there's your face again, Doctor. What a great start.
Oh boy, 1 year of tenacity. Boys, look at my Reunion Simp account. Reunion Simp 11. Okay. Oh god, there's... Okay. Oh. This is interesting. I've never actually seen this before, guys. So this is why it's like... Oh. Wait. Wait. We need to focus on our aunt's account here. Because I'm actually genuinely curious. I'm sorry, Rizadel, but you're gonna get shut up. I'm sorry for dodging the question. I'm gonna put on the music here. Will I pull for Pepe or skip? I'll do the free pulls, but I don't think I'm going to worry about period. Also, stages will be available. Cool. Arthur, I may access a module system. Okay, so I haven't, like, this shows you how old this account is as well, because I haven't even touched the module system. Oh, thank you. I'm not gonna touch Gumi, but, I mean, I might. Like, the only character I have E2'd is Gumi. So, I think I got in... Yeah, I got Passenger. I think I was gonna use Passenger and McGowan and Scotty. The other characters, I actually got like really stacked account, by the way. I have even normal Ash on this. These are the characters, I mean, I'll probably use Siege, but I probably, maybe Sokka too, but I probably won't use these guys. If I continue using this account, I'll probably ignore, like, Thorns, Silver Ash, and... I don't know. Would I use Ash at this point? Like, this is actually a decent account for where I'm at. Can I even go into Icebreaker games? Or is it locked? Oh, it's not locked. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, it's gonna force me in the tutorial. But, yeah. We're gonna do ball games for a bit, get all of the enemy variations, and then I don't know if I will touch much of the alt account here. I don't care. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, I don't think the game... I think the developers possibly intended... Look at that. They have one extra enemy. I don't want to... Yes, 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 yes.
警戒は怠らないわよ。警戒は怠らないわよ。ほらほら。
Hey, I don't care. Shit. I didn't think about that. My bad. Okay, we're gonna... If that's gonna happen, if the game's gonna try... If Facebook's gonna dox me because it's stupid, then we'll just put this on the side. And then we'll just focus on this. On the main account. Even though you don't like it, you won't see it forever. I mean, my opinion with limiteds is I don't really care. I mean, this account has like 99% of operators, and a lot of the time, the amount of characters I have, I don't tend to need another limited in my account. Yes, there is that idea that I won't get them a chance again, which is kind of not really correct because, just for example, let's talk about a certain character that I missed when it first came out, Miose. I didn't get Miose when she came out, and then she decided, hey, I'm here, hello! So, yeah, so I was pretty much like, okay, well, I don't really care, but cool. To me, yes, I get the idea that it's limited, but I'm gonna be skipping the next collab banner. So, to me, I don't really care too much about skipping or not getting limited characters. I did try to go for Miose, by the way, but I didn't. And it was just like, okay, well, like, if I miss limiteds, I miss limiteds. If that happens, that happens. Like, a lot of people miss out limiteds too. I don't think it's something to worry about too much. I'm going to lower the volume. I mean, I don't have to necessarily wait for 308 either. Like, generally with limiteds, they have past banned characters in there. Unless it's been, like, 2 to 3 years. But at the very end of the day, it's a gacha game. And for some people, at some point, you're gonna miss out. So... The reason why I'm skipping Dungeon Meshi is not because it's a bad collab. or I would say bad collab, bad characters. I'm gonna put the music on. That's not what I want to do. I want to go here. Which that's an argument for a lot of people.
With it be her errand girl?
Personally,
Just because she gives me that gentle look. Drop it. No one can be a second Teresa. Even that bunny does have some... Whatever. At least Rhodes Island's still moving. And all the naive dumbasses haven't died out yet.
Jesus. W, relax. Anyway. It's just because I don't actually like the collab. That's it. I don't like the collab. It's not because they're trash. I just don't like the collab. The only reason why we have the collab is Yo-Star. Fun fact, Yo-Star worked on the anime. It was a side team that helped out. To me, out of all the anime-esque collabs they could have went with, they went with one that was, really honest, probably the least should have been chosen. Especially around that time, we also had Furin. Furin was like a way better choice, but then he went with Dunji Meshi. I don't know what to say at that point. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of the decision. And that's it. What? Oh. There we go. We are gonna go positional football. Yeah, it's because of Yo-Star. There's a lot of collabs we won't be getting because of other things that a lot of players don't know. So, for example, we will not be getting Lojar Lee again, or any of that collab. And we won't be getting Destiny 2 because they're banned in China. Both of them are banned in China. The Chinese-esque cartoon from Jolie. The reason why it's banned is because the creator ended up starting a fight with another series. Something that not a lot of people in the Arknights community knows. I've been the one that's been talking about it so many times, but I'm not that big, so why care? Okay, now we can actually get the last of the balls here. And then...
Solid positioning.
This is gonna be horrendous.
I have a visual.
Oh boy. Oh, jeez, okay. What else is there to note? Yeah, so it's banned.
Operation commencing.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not, like...
Stop flailing about and do
I need
as
to
I
get
tell
better
you.
at this. Holy shit. This is gonna be horrendous. Okay, take that out.
私のことはお構いなく。
主の名を掲げこの旗の下へ集え。こんなセリフを一度言ってみたかったんだ。問題ないよ。即戦即決。問題ないよ。
この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますので。
Wow, this is gonna be impossible to do by myself.
待ち伏せ準備できた。
Let's do Shiryuki here. So the Destiny 2 is because of Bungie. Let's be really honest. That's not a no-brainer type deal.
Preparation commencing. Present. Stop flailing about and do as I tell you.
Bruh. Okay, game. This is gonna be. We'll take out.
どうすりゃいいんだ。
私、ここ。
毒薬の準備が整いましたわ。
Fudge, okay.
私のことはお構いなく。
ここだここ。俺が見えないだろ。
I just need to get like specific balls and then I'm like good. But like I probably should bring like a 6-star team. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do next game. Because this is gonna be impossible to do by myself.
これで分かったでしょ。
ご安心くださいまし。この毒はゆっくりとあなた方の命を蝕みますね。
信号は安定。いつでも行けるよ。
I will stand guard here.
Of course.
Solid positioning.
主の名を掲げ、この旗の元へ集え。こんなセリフを一度言ってみたかったんだ。
待ち伏せ。準備。
Oh! Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna need to bring 6 stars for this. This is gonna be like impossible to do by myself.
メッセージ。
信号は安定。いや悪いね。僕は別に信徒じゃないよ。
Mission accomplished.
Barely getting any points. Okay. But yeah.
That was pathetic, Doctor. We might just die here today. It's what we deserve,
Yeah,
right?
might as well, because I haven't.
You scared? Then follow me close. Step only where I step. Otherwise, today might actually be the end.
So, for those that are wondering why the heck we haven't actually gotten Destiny 2, it's because that happened, and in place of Destiny 2, we instead gotten, Dungeon Meshi. Okay, wait. Our girl Dungeon. At this point, that's probably what I'll do. I'm gonna have to change some characters out, possibly, but I'm gonna change Elysium's skill here. That should, in theory, be enough. Gotta go. It was nice streaming here to sub. Oh, thank you for stopping by and watching the stream. I probably should turn off the Xbox console. Oh, I'm at it.
We're off. Remember to stay frosty and keep an eye out.
No signal. 1. Please check the power of the external devices and cable connection status.
2.
Press the input on your remote to change to another input. The signal. 1. Please check the power of the external devices and cable connection status. 2. Press the input on your remote to change to another input. Check that and
Guilty
say hi.
will be punished.
That's our target. Standing by.
Bro. That's the wrong character! Holy fuck.
Questo ti farà tacere.
That's our target. Finally. Am I up?
Cover me.
Do you see your own face in the mirror?
Hai un problema da risolvere?
You can go do something else. Still mulling things over, Doctor. Still soaking yourself in the past?
Yes. Lift your voices. Sing for me. Sing for me.
Fucking A!
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
Still mulling things over, use your weapons to tell me who you are.
Do you see
Oh,
your
you
own
fucking
face
A,
in the
you
mirror?
dick. Oh my god.
That's our target.
Più fai veloce.
This is like one of the worst balls to honestly get.
Yes. Lift your voices. Sing for me. Sing for me.
Engaging. Hai un problema da risolvere?
So, let us sink into the night.
Hai un problema da risolvere?
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Oh, this is so stupid! Lag is not helping me out either.
You can go do something else.
The fact that they can hit harder is also like really stupid.
Yes. Lift your voices. Sing for me. Sing for me.
I can't really do shit because these guys keep pushing it back.
Obiettivo
Oh my
avvistato.
god!
Ci
This is so
vorrà solo un
stupid! They should not have that speed with this. This...
Finally. Am I up? Still mulling things over, use your weapons to tell me who
I'm not gonna be able to
Still
complete
mulling
this.
things over, Dr. Perfectionist.
Do you see your own face in the mirror?
So that's our target?
Hai un problema da
Wow,
risolvere?
that is
Più
so...
fai
You see...
veloce.
You see how stupid that is?
Am I up?
Fucking
Let us sink into the
ridiculous.
I have a visual.
Cover me.
Le tue ultime parole? Non mi interessano comunque.
I come from the shadows.
Fucking ridiculous! I'm just trying to... These guys are way too
Qui
fast.
non è successo niente.
Holy fucking shit, these guys are way too fast.
So that's our target? Standing by.
This is...
I'm with you.
You know, fuck it. You go in there then.
Le tue ultime parole? Non
I
mi
don't really care at
interessano
this point.
comunque.
Like, I just need to get to different balls. That's it. That is just fucking ridiculous. I did not realize how stupid that was.
You can go
Like,
do something
that
else.
is so ridiculous. They didn't take into consideration the fact that it's gonna be really hard for players to actually move the fucking ball.
Let us sink into the night.
Ridiculous.
Operation commencing. Present. Take a breath. Go on. It's not as if I'm crushing your throat.
Assumo
And he
le
should not get
posizioni
that ball,
designate.
honestly.
Flurry! Standing by.
Accomplished.
That was pathetic, Doctor. We might just
Hey.
die here today.
Have
It's what we deserved, right?
yeah, like yeah. I don't know why it says, "Oh yeah, you can."
Step only where I step.
You know, the game's weird.
Otherwise, today might actually be the end.
It should automatically do that. Yeah, my game does not like doing 2 emulators on 1 PC with the stream. I think the biggest issue is the fact that they should take into consideration the ping of players and how, like, this game mode is just stupidly unfair with how fast the enemy is and how much of a delay there is.
I'll do as you say.
I just need stupid different balls. That's it. I don't need this fucking fur ball. This bitch ass fur ball. I do not like this fur ball, by the way.
Stop flailing about and do as I tell you.
I'm with you.
You see, that's gonna be reason why we're just gonna stay on this stage so fucking much. Yeah. You know, we're just gonna help the enemy out here and just get them to goal. 'Cause this is just ridiculous.
Hai un problema da risolvere?
There's nothing I could do with this stupid fur ball.
Hear my song.
Più fai veloce, meno farà male.
We just need to get different balls. At this point, it's kind of annoying that we keep getting the same maps.
Is that all you got?
Hear my voice. Hear
What
my
the
song.
fuck, game?
Hai un problema da risolvere?
I also hate how there's essentially some bias with the
You
game.
can go do something else.
Is that all you got?
Still mulling things over. Conviction will throw you
What the
off
fuck,
base.
game? What the actual fuck? What bullshit is this?
Ora te la vedrai con me. Stand
Oh my god. That is so stupid. There we go! We finally got something else.
Shadows.
Questo ti farà tacere.
We finally got a different ball this time.
Finally. Am I up?
Great.
Operation commencing.
Yes, lift your voices. Sing for me. Sing for me.
Stop flailing about and do as I tell you.
So, let us sink into the night.
How soon do you want them gone? Finally. Am I up? Qui non è successo niente. Emotion is meaningless here.
I come from the shadows. So,
There we go.
let us sink into the night.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Finally, it's no use.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Assumo le posizioni designate.
Yep. game. And then he's gonna kick it to the fucking other side. Fuck you.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
Operation commencing.
Yes, lift your voices. Sing for me. Sing for me.
Now, close your eyes.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Oh my god, game, please. Stop this. Stop this bullshit. Okay, fuck you, game.
Finally.
Get the fucking goal already.
So, let us sing.
I'm getting annoyed
into
at this
the
point.
night.
I just needed different fucking balls so we get to sing soon, man! Oh my god.
How soon do you want them gone? Still mulling things over, Doctor. Still mulling things over. Conviction will throw you off pace.
If I go flee, it's no use.
Oh my... Bro, game, please, stop this bullshit.
Hai un problema da risolvere?
I come from the shadows. So, let us sink in.
Più fai veloce, meno farà male. I go flee, it's no use.
Operation commencing.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Stop flailing about and do as I tell you.
Come on, come on.
I go flee, it's no use.
From the shadows.
Mission accomplished.
Ugh.
That was pathetic, Doctor. We might just die here today. It's what we deserved, right? You scared? Then follow me close.
You're going
Step
crazy
only
over
where
a
I
football
step.
game, W.
Otherwise, today might
Okay.
be the end.
We are missing one more ball type. That's considered an enemy type. I don't know which one that is, but I doubt I will find it. Because this is just stupid. Trying to do it by yourself with like 90p, like 90 ping, and it's like 30 more ping than normal is just horrendous. Aggravating almost.
Shouldn't we consider marching routes other than on the ground?
Oh my god, it's doing the same squad.
How soon do you want them gone? Still mulling things over. Use your weapon to tell me who you are.
Operation commencing.
Questo ti farà tacere.
Oh my god, game, please. Like, look at this
Hear my
bullshit.
voice.
These guys are going like way out over the like the halfway line. Like, what the fuck? You guys are supposed to be over here.
I'm with you.
Received.
Like, they're not even supposed to do that. You see how they're like hitting it in like up and down? They're not even supposed to be over fucking here. That's just straight up bullshit.
Yes, lift your voices. Sing for me. Sing for me.
Now, close your eyes.
Engaging. Finally. Am I up? Assumo le posizioni designate. Finally. Am I up?
You know, I just have to... There's way too many fast enemies for this to just generally be fair. This is just bullshit. It really is just bullshit. I'm doing a better job than these assholes.
So that's our target. Finally. Am I up?
It's annoying that we keep getting the same first levels. It's just annoyance and stupidity.
Flurry!
can go do something else.
Hai un problema da risolvere?
Hear my voice. Hear
Oh my
song.
fucking god.
Più fai veloce, meno.
So, let us sink into the night.
This is stupid.
Fight or flee, it's no use!
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
I come from the shadows.
We give the fucking. I hate this map! This map can go fuck itself! This is so stupid map.
You can go do something else.
You can fuck yourself over.
Ora te la vedrai con me.
Use your weapon to tell me who you are.
And then you could push it to the other side. Thank you, Phantom. You are so helpful.
I have a visual.
You fucking kidding me, bro?
Obiettivo
Can you
avvistato.
fuck off?
Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
Yes, lift your voices.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, there is way too many fast
Assumo le
enemies.
posizioni designate.
Engaging. Standing by.
Do you see your own face in the mirror?
Hai un problema da risolvere?
How soon do you want them gone? You want my opinion. Conviction will throw you off pace.
Finally. Am I up?
And then I get fucked over because the game says so.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Yeah, you just go into the others. I don't care at this point.
I'm with you.
I just need you to get to a different ball.
La
That's
fortuna
literally
ti
it.
abbandona.
I like the idea, but it doesn't just screw you over
Assumo le posizioni
with
designate.
really like stupid
I
AI.
come from the shadows.
Yes, I don't care. Get cock
I have a
blocked,
visual.
please.
I come from the shadows.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
And we still have the compressed ball, which is not what we don't need. I want, I have no idea what the last one is, actually. You can't get to it.
Mission accomplished.
You're not happy with the results, Doctor? How about we blow the whole place up? Burn everything for a bonfire. Wouldn't that light you up? No? Shame.
See? Okay, if you guys are wondering, I am doing it by myself here. It's the only way to go about it, because for some reason they don't allow you to do random.
I do hope none of you turn on the waterworks anytime soon.
You can go do something else. Use your weapon to tell me who you are.
That all you got?
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
I'm with you.
You know what?
That all
Fuck
you got?
you, game.
Standing by.
It's better to just hit the ball into the
You
opponent.
want my opinion? You Emotion is meaningless here.
So, let us sink into the night.
相手のターゲットは誰かな
Le tue ultime parole? Non mi interessano comunque. Standing by.
Please.
Operation commencing. Present. Now, close your eyes.
The guilty.
Emotion is meaningless here.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
It's better to just do that. I don't know if it's like any difficulty increase.
Vital flee, it's no use!
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Oh,
So,
fuck
let
you!
us sink into the night.
Yeah, just do that.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci
Game,
vorrà solo un minuto.
please. It's just better to ignore his ass and just
Lift
score
your
for the enemy.
voices. Sing for me! Sing for me!
Is it still giving me quote-unquote easy? It's not easy.
Hai un problema da risolvere?
Oh my god. Again! Again! This is so stupid. So fucking stupid.
You can go do something else.
Do you see your own face in the
Conviction will throw you off pace.
I don't care at this point. I would rather just... Oh, god damn it.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà
This is
solo
by
un
far the worst ball.
The guilty will be punished.
And is it really just giving me easy balls just because it thinks
How
I'm bad?
soon do you
No,
want them
stop
gone?
this. I want different balls!
Still mulling things over. Use your weapon to tell me who you are.
Do you see your own face in the mirror?
I don't care.
Le tue ultime parole? Non mi interessa.
It is better to just push it. I just need you to...
You can go do something else. You want my opinion? Use your weapon to tell me who you are.
I'm sorry, game. I don't know what you expect. Developers, I don't know what you expect. When you have that, where you can't do shit.
Hear my voice. Hear my song. So,
It's better to
let us
just push it
sink
into my
into
own
the
goal.
night.
Qui non è successo niente. Engaging. Standing by.
You can
Is
go
it
do
really not
something
gonna give me
else.
anything different? Do I have to do the hard mode
Still
version?
mulling things over. The emotion is meaningless
Should actually
here.
suck ass, actually.
Vital flee, it's no use!
Hai un problema da risolvere?
I come from the shadows.
Mission accomplished.
That was pathetic, Doctor. We might just die here today. It's what we deserved, right? You scared? Then follow me close. Step only where I step. Otherwise, today might actually be the end. Oh joy, there's your face again, Doctor. What a great start for the day.
Yeah, okay. Arcades? Okay, so there's the must-be supplier, and we're still missing one. Hey, hey, hey. Really, dude? Get 'em all? Okay, simple team. Really? Dude. Hey, don't worry about cleaning it up. I'll deal with it. Silly feline. Don't worry about cleaning it up. Hey, she's something interesting.
La fortuna ti ha abbandonato.
Emotion is meaningless here.
Oh god. Is it gonna just do it? Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Standing by.
Hear my voice.
Have a visual. La fortuna ti ha abbandonato. Ora te la vedrai.
Oh god. You know, I'm just gonna do this. I'm with you.
Più fai veloce, meno farà male. So that's our target. In position. Standing by.
You can go do something else. Still mulling things over, still soaking yourself in the past?
Le tue ultime parole? Non mi interessano comunque. Assumo le posizioni designate.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
On your command.
Le tue ultime parole? Non mi interessano comunque.
See, that's the reason why I just don't give a fuck anymore. It's like,
How soon do you want them gone?
when you get to this point where it's like such hyping,
Still mulling
there's no
things
point
over,
in properly trying to do this
conviction will
anymore.
throw you off pace.
No point.
Questo ti farà tacere. Più fai veloce, meno farà male. So that's our target?
I know, I understand, but right now I'm.
Lift your
I
voices.
know.
Sing for me. Sing for me.
I know you're trying to be helpful. I know.
Engaging. Finally. Am I up? Qui non è successo niente.
Hear my voice. Hear my song. So, let us sink into the night.
You can go do something else.
Le tue ultime parole? Non mi interessa.
Emotion is meaningless here.
Engaging. Finally. Am I up?
The guilty will be punished.
Again with the same stage. Please
So
stop.
that's our target? Hai un problema da risolvere?
Yes, you do your thing, mate. Get it in there. I don't care. You are shit, mate.
How soon do you want them gone? You want my opinion? Emotion is meaningless here.
La fortuna ti ha abbandonato. Ora te la vedrai con me. Engaging.
The fact that they can instantly just catch it is so stupid. Poor man's map again. I hate
On
this
your
one.
command.
Like, why does he keep moving? Seriously, what the fuck?
Hai un problema da risolvere?
He really
Assumo le
shouldn't continue to
posizioni
move,
designate.
like, in forward like that. And then... whatever.
Mission accomplished.
At that point, we're just gonna have to retry. See if we get something different.
That was pathetic, Doctor. We might just die here today. It's what we deserved, right? You scared? Then follow me close. Step only where I step. Otherwise, today might actually be the end.
This is an annoying cat. I know you probably agree with me on that.
Good. I suppose you've already got a plan.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Bro, what the fuck? Like, that's stupid. That right there is a good showcase of how
How
stupid
soon do you want
this
them
game
gone?
mode is.
Still mulling things over. Emotion
You'd
is
think there'd be a
meaningless
momentum to it,
Flee, it's no use!
and then it's just like, oh, it's backwards.
Obiettivo avvistato. Ci vorrà solo un minuto.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Another
Another explodey boy. That doesn't really fucking matter.
Operation
And
commencing.
then they just instantly get it. I don't care. At this point, the only thing I care about is actually getting a different ball.
Finally. Am I up?
I come from the shadows.
Oh my god.
Questo ti farà tacere.
Hey, we got it! Fucking finally! Oh my god.
Problema da risolvere.
We are done! We are finally
How soon do you
done!
want them gone?
We are done!
You want my opinion? Still soaking yourself in the past?
Do you see your own face in the mirror?
Hai un problema da risolvere?
Operation commencing.
Hai un problema
Stop flailing about and do as I tell you.
Do you see your own face in the mirror?
I don't care. At this point, I really only care about,
That's our target. Questo ti farà tacere.
it's like I don't have enough time to be able to do something like that. It's just way too insane of
You
a
can go do something else.
time.
You want my opinion? Emotion is meaningless here. Still
Hey,
mulling
hey,
things
game.
over, Dr. Perfection.
Bro.
I come from the shadows.
I hate this already.
Questo ti farà tacere.
Received. This will all be over before you're bored of it.
I come from the shadows. So, let us sink into the night.
That all you got? Hai un problema da risolvere?
Hear my voice. Hear
Oh,
my
come on,
song.
come on, come on! Oh, boy!
You can go do something else. You want my opinion? Use your weapon to tell me who you are.
And that's gonna, yeah.
La fortuna ti ha abbandonato. Ora te la vedrai con me.
Bro, can you fuck off?
You can go do something else.
Assumo le posizioni di...
You want my opinion? Still soaking yourself in the past?
Yeah, literally the best that I could do.
Engaging.
Hear my voice. Hear my song.
Standing by.
On your command.
I'm with you.
Qui non è successo niente.
17 different goals in one is pretty awesome.
I come from the shadows.
You can go do something else.
So, let us...
You want my opinion?
Oh my god.
Use your
You
weapon
can just...
to tell me who you are.
Privately, it's no use. Hai un problema da risolvere?
That's it. I tried. Alright, that was pretty good, I guess, for both getting into either goal.
That was pathetic, Doctor. We might just die here today. It's what we deserved, right?
We did it.
You
Oh my
scared? Then follow me.
god.
Step only where I step. Otherwise,
Okay.
today might actually be the end.
We're good. We're done. We are done. We have done every single enemy
Oh joy. There's your face again, Doctor.
in the co-op
What a
event.
great start for the day.
9 than anything else. I'm too far behind. There we go. Arknight Prime Ball. This easily can be moved is actually to see Devious, because that actually argued the opposite. It's really hard to move, but we did it! Oy, oy, oy! Insane. Insanity. Overall, I don't mind this event. It's just that I feel like there's some changes that could definitely be made for the football minigame. Especially with how enemies interact with the balls and how insane it is. Like, there should be differences in speed and, like, how easy it is for these guys to get it. I'm just reading the text. Interesting. As a generation picture was born to thrill, ordinary ball gamers have lost their pure. He prefers the thrill of throwing at people. His grandfather once served in Gaul's Grenadier Battalion, so it's no wonder that he enjoys throwing at people. Has been repurposed to toss exploding soda balls on a race course, an explosive race that likes of which has never been seen. Yeah, I'm only like missing 2 enemies, by the way, aside from Raw. I'll probably go back into Raw in the future, but it's just not right now. No way in heck I'm doing that right now. But yeah. That's it for today's live stream. I talked about EG-6, which was meant to be it was EG-6. I did it as EP, and it was supposed to be EG. Whatever. That's it there anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna actually make into a specific video over it. And of course, getting the last of the few enemies for Icebreaker games. Let me know if you guys want me to do hand-holding and like that. Something to think about, look about. We only have like 2 days for the event, so there are ways to get in contact. I mean, Discord, obviously.
You can sleep when I'm around.
Not so much YouTube. I mean, sure, I stream on YouTube and do YouTube stuff, but I'm not always on YouTube, so it's not gonna be the best way. So Discord would be the best. Trying to think of anything else. Aside from helping out other people, we got what we needed to do done. There's of course the archive stuff for the event. Those are a little annoying to get. One of them is just, I think, a bit rare than the others, and then the ball specifically didn't realize it was going to be only advance. And of course you need to have someone with you to do it, so it is what it is. Overall, there could be some improvements, and especially to certain game modes, like that football game mode. I personally think that the enemy's able to easily capture is annoying, extremely annoying. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else I really need to note. I am going to end the stream off here. I'm going to start shutting up now, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a love, subscribe, /follow. Down below is Discord to do. Please go check it out. So other than that, good luck your summons, good luck your team, be safe and be healthy, and I will see you all in another live stream as we will see. When it comes to, what we do next. There's some things that I've been neglecting
When I'm around, huh?
that I said I would do.
How about
It's
we
just,
make sure you don't
with how
ever
things in my
do
schedule
that?
is, everything's kind of been all over the place, honestly. So, I'll let you guys know what ends up happening. As always on Discord. Until then,